You have felt it, haven't you? That burning frustration when your team drifts, when your brightest people shut down under the weight of old leadership models and deadlines come crashing down like a relentless storm. The tired, worn-out frameworks that once worked, those rigid hierarchies, outdated command and control tactics, they can no longer hold. They breed resentment, silence creativity, and kill the very spark that made your team exceptional. You see the cracks. You hear the whispers of disengagement. It's a slow, suffocating death of potential. And it drives you mad because you know your mission is too critical to let this rot continue. But here's the brutal truth. The old ways, those proven leadership methods, are not just broken. They are poison when the world demands volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. You don't need a boss. You need a pioneer in leadership who reshapes reality, not tries to control it. Disruption isn't a buzzword here. It's the lifeline you clutch to pull your people from the quicksand of mediocrity. This is about bulldozing every antiquated rulebook that shackles human potential and replacing it with something primal and electric. Trust without borders, autonomy without fear, connection without chains. Stop begging your team to follow. Rip out the illusion that compliance equals cohesion. Command is dead. Leadership is now the art of unleashing radicals, those raw individuals who refuse to be boxed in, who challenge norms, who burn with the hunger to create. Your job? Build a culture so fierce that every person feels invincible, fearless to innovate, and accountable not because they have to, but because they want to. You don't assemble teams, you forge tribes of relentless freedom fighters who thrive on dynamic meritocracy, not titles or legacy. Here's what you do. First, obliterate top-heavy hierarchies. Tear down middle management layers that crush agility. Replace them with fluid, purpose-driven squads where leadership is shared like oxygen, shifting to who has the energy and insight at the moment. No titles, only roles that serve the mission. Second, demand radical transparency and brutal honesty daily. Crush the comfort zones where cowardice breeds. Conversations that hurt in the short term liberate in the long term. Let confusion reign briefly before clarity dominates. The fastest teams are those that learn fastest from their failures, not ignore them under corporate silence. Third, ignite individual power like a raging fire. Stop measuring people by brand loyalty or past achievements. Measure them now, by their willingness to risk, to fail, to learn, to build. Invest in autonomy as fiercely as you invest in strategy. Give your people the freedom to experiment, to break rules that no longer fit reality, to pivot instantly without approval chains. Autonomy breeds ownership, the strongest glue for future-proof teams. Fourth, build obsessive connection across diversity. Diversity isn't a checkbox. It's your secret weapon. When you combine wildly different perspectives, backgrounds, and mindsets, you don't get chaos, you get breakthrough. Your mission is to connect these differences into a machine of complementary strengths, one where friction shocks the system awake instead of grinding it down. Finally, refuse to keep one foot stuck in how things used to be. The world you know is collapsing, and leaders who are stuck in yesterday are dragging down everyone who follows them. Obligate yourself to perpetual evolution. Leaders who survive and thrive are those who reinvent themselves and their teams daily, who embrace discomfort as the path to mastery. You are not here to maintain order, you are here to shatter it and write new rules with fire, resilience, and radical freedom. So don't settle for sluggish teams chained to obsolete leadership. Don't mourn the loss of predictability. Turn it into fuel. Build teams that are wild, free, brutally honest, and fiercely connected. Teams that are not just ready for the future, but build the future. Unbreakable, unshakable, unstoppable. This is not a choice. This is a command. Ignite disruptive leadership now, or watch your world collapse while others step into rebirth. The future belongs to the fearless. Will you answer?